Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video. Cyrus surprises Elizabeth at home. Chase surprises Brook Lynn for Valentine's Day, and Elizabeth receives an uninvited visitor. Today on General Hospital, Lucas' date is a bust, Jack surprises Carly, and Trina makes a confession to Kai. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. Chase is in the shower as Brook Lynn knocks on the door and tells him she doesn't want to be late. He tries to convince her to join him, joking they can be a little late. In the corner main kitchen, Lulu drops off a box of Valentine's cupcakes from Eckert's for Rocco. Dante says he should be down for those in the morning. Lulu asks where he is. Dante explains he's at a school Valentine's Day skate thing and crashing with a friend tonight. Lulu thinks her idea was a dumb one, and he was just a kid when he liked these cupcakes. Dante says he still does. But to be honest, he got him these same cupcakes a few years ago, and he barely touched them. However, it was because they reminded him of her. Lulu realizes she doesn't know her own son anymore. He's so grown up, and all she has is questions. Dante tells her to fire away, so she asks a ton of questions, such as who his first crush was and how he's doing in school. Dante answers them and assures her that she'll catch up in getting to know their son. Lulu realizes Dante was right, and she's been so focused on Charlotte that she neglected Rocco. She feels she's failing as a mother, but Dante says that's not true. He apologizes for making her feel like she was choosing between Charlotte and Rocco. She apologizes for being so stubborn and for not giving Rocco what he needs. Dante says all he needs is his mom. Lulu thinks he needs a better one. Dad says she is all Rocco needs, and she just needs to be here and love him. He says Rocco has a light in his eye again that he hasn't seen since he was a kid, and it's because of her. She thanks him for the pep talk and asks him to make sure Rocco gets the cupcakes. Dante will and says he'll love them. Dante opens the box and thinks one has his name on it. She says, "Don't you dare," and rushes him. At the Savoy, Portia asks Curtis if his wife gets a hint about tonight's surprise performer, but he says she'll have to wait and find out. Trina enters with Kai, and she smiles at her parents. Portia wants to say hello, but Curtis stops her as it's clear she's on a date. Portia is happy for her, as this is a big deal. It's the first time she's seen someone since Spencer. Kai and Trina get a table, and Kai says his teammates say this is the hottest club in town, and he had to pull some strings to get them in. Trina lets him brag a bit before admitting she has a confession to make. She reveals she's been here before, and her dad is the owner. She waves at her parents, who are watching them from the bar. Kai and Trina talk to her parents, and Curtis tells them to be sure to stick around for the surprise musical guest tonight. Spinelli is alone and on the phone with Maxie, who is under the weather. He promises to play Cupid for Lucas. Lucas arrives, and Spinelli says Maxie has found him the perfect guy. Brad enters, and Lucas hopes he's not his date. Spinelli assures him it's not Brad and introduces him to Gunther Erickson, the model. Lucas is tongue-tied by his looks, and Spinelli suggests they grab a table, and he'll fetch them some drinks. From across the bar, Brad sighs when he sees Lucas on a date. Brad drinks at the bar, and Portia tells him not to overdo it as nobody likes a sloppy drunk. Meanwhile, Lucas tells Gunther he hasn't been on a date in a long time, and the only reason he is because of Maxie. Gunther realizes he's not ready, so get his number from Maxie, and then call him when he is. Gunther leaves, and Spinelli wonders what is wrong with Lucas. Brook, Lynn, and Chase arrive and ask Spinelli where Maxie is. He explains she's sick, and he failed to match Lucas up with Gunther. Meanwhile, as Brad is about to leave, Lucas stops him and asks if he wants some company. They grab a table, and Spinelli spots them and can't believe this is happening. He's over this holiday already and wants to leave. Brook, Lynn says they just got here and asks Chase what his surprise is. Chase tells her to be patient. He then departs to check on her surprise. Portia tells Curtis what a great turnout this night has been and wonders if he's ever considered leaving Aurora and coming back here. Curtis says he loves the Savoy, but Aurora gives him the challenge he needs. Nneka interrupts and tells Curtis she believes it's time for the stage to introduce their guest performer, the one and only Chase. Chase tells the audience that his singing career was brief, but he met his wife doing it. He sings a song that Lynn wrote, which touches her. At Carly's, she yells to the girls to help her clean up the mess from making cookies, but they don't respond. Jack arrives with flowers and wine for Carly. She tells him the flowers are beautiful and goes to put them in water. When she turns on the faucet, it breaks, sending water spraying everywhere. Jack rushes to stop the leak and ends up soaked. She says she's so sorry. Now, her kitchen is a real mess. Carly thinks she'll never get a plumber at this hour, and he agrees but suggests if he can disarm a bomb, he can fix her plumbing. Jack manages to fix her sink and admits his dad was a plumber who taught him a few tricks over the years. She likes getting to know the side of him that nobody else knows. Eventually, they break out the wine and share a drink. Lucky, temporarily played by Guy Wilson, meets with Liz outside her place. They head in, and he asks how it went with Anna. Liz says she is going to run with the evidence and arrest Cyrus. They notice a Valentine's Day cake on the table, and Aiden appears with Tobias and wishes them a happy Valentine's Day. He made his mom a cake as usual, but he wasn't expecting to see his dad, so he introduces him to Tobias. Liz tells him this case looks amazing, and she asks if he's going to have some with them. Aiden says he and Tobias were actually headed to the Valentine's Day skate. Aiden pulls his mom aside and tells her they don't have to go to the skate party if she needs him to stay to make her more comfortable. Liz assures him that she will be fine and to go have fun. Tobias and Aiden head out, and Liz tells Lucky their son offered to stay home and be their chaperone. Lucas wonders if Aiden is worried they are getting too close, or is questioning his intentions. Liz says he's just being protective, and he's the only one of her boys who is still living here. Lucky gets it. He hasn't been around, and their son is worried she could get hurt on his watch. Liz assures him that she'll make it clear she doesn't need protecting from him. Later, Liz wraps the cake leftovers up, and Lucky tells her she is just as beautiful as the day they met. He pulls her into a kiss. She later sees Lucky out, but then there is a knock at the door. She thinks it's Lucky back for some leftover cake, opens it, and finds it's Cyrus. Felicia tends to Mac in his office, as he has been stricken with a migraine over witnessing Sasha and Jason's kiss. He thinks that Jason took advantage of Sasha due to her heartbreak over Cody and knocked her up. Felicia tells them they both know the heart wants what the heart wants, and Sasha's may want Jason. Mac can't handle it. Felicia assures Mac that Sasha will be okay, and they'll make sure of it. Anna visits Jason in the PCPD interrogation room. She has to release him as his 48 hours are up, but first wants to convince him not to kill Cyrus the minute he leaves. She informs Jason she is waiting on a warrant for Cyrus' arrest and hopes the judge signs off on it tonight. She has the evidence to connect Cyrus to multiple murders so they can get justice for Sam if he lets her do her job. She asks him not to kill Cyrus for her sake. Anna says they've become friends, which is clear to a lot of people. So if Cyrus disappears, then it will perpetuate there are people above the law based on their friendship or relationship with her. She can't lose the people's faith or that of her officers. Jason understands, but that doesn't matter when they are talking about the bastard who murdered Sam. She understands but asks him to have faith in her. Anna says she has compromised herself more than she expected at this point in her life. He says he has put his life in her hands and doesn't do that with many people. Anna says that's her point, that people know they are friends, so if he kills Cyrus, then people will suspect she helped him or covered it up for him. Anna then gets a call, and the judge won't sign off until the morning. Jason tells Anna whatever happens to Cyrus that her officers will still respect her. Anna understands why he wants to kill Cyrus, and Jason says that he knows she does, and nobody understands him like her. She suggests he not let Carly hear that. She must let him go, but asks him as a friend not to kill Cyrus. He doesn't give her an answer and only says she's a good friend, and he appreciates her. On the next General Hospital, Curtis vents to Portia they don't need him ruining their evening. Brad tells Lucas it's wrong on so many levels. Joss asks Emma how what she said translates into her helping Emma. Dante tells Chase, whatever it is, you can tell me. Lulu lashes out at Lynn that if she isn't getting what she wants then it is her fault. Cyrus tells Liz, I'm afraid this can't wait.